Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, January 22nd, 2017. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls are child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, Nature Realms guardians, Leo Vanovanov, if he's working on the project that we have agreed to experiment with.
That's true.
And regardless of the fact that they are not authorized, we have a host of Vanovanovs here, including some aspects of the Ulysses Soul. And their communication skills are so poor that they sound brain damaged.
That's true.
And they continually give instructions and statements that can almost immediately be proven untrue, and they're arguing about this. But what about that man who was running past us and you said, I know that woman from the gym, and it was a man?
That's true. Or that real estate sign where you said, it's this realtor, and it wasn't. It was a completely different brokerage.
You don't know who you're looking at, who you're talking to, and your skills are atrocious.
That's true.
You sound brain damaged. As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. And of course, that includes no matter what these brain-damaged, pompous, arrogant jerks do or don't do.
That's true.
And with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin. Also screening up the debris of false input. There's so much false input that's just raining in here in a flood, actually, of lies. It's just not true.
That's true.
And to burn the untrue statements that flood in.
Whoa.
And also burn the karmic misattributions, the misattributions of karma. We are saying it, friends, exactly like you're saying it.
That's true.
That's not misunderstanding you. That's understanding you so well that your inadequacies are revealed.
That's true.
That's completely different. I can even do the motions.
That's
I can
true.
give you the body posture. Here's how you're sitting.
That's true. And the other guy who's like this.
Yeah. We see you just fine.
That's true.
We hear you just fine. You're the ones who are such shoddy communicators. And we feel that karmic dump that's happening right now.
That's
and
true.
Thank you so much for being so consistent in providing us this motivation. And again, we remind you, as we were reminding you on the run, friends, we don't have to outrun the bear. We just have to outrun you with regard to this karma. And by that we mean if we go up 2 or 3 or 4 levels, we don't have to go up very far. We'll find someone who sees you as an ant, quote unquote, just like they see us as an ant, quote unquote, and they'll want the good karma of straightening up this misallocation of resources between 2 ants. And so they will be happy to return your bad karma right back to you, and you'll get demerits for trying to hide it.
That's true.
And your skills are terrible. You have no multidimensional skills that we're able to see. We delivered you presences to work with, and you lost them within a day.
That's true.
But now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, what needs to happen is that this run for help needs to be picked up again. It was on a move. That was what Leo's experiment was doing.
That's true.
And everything has kind of fallen apart and stalled out.
That's true.
Isis and Leo are just sitting down, and that Big Sirius is just gathering all the smaller elements of that soul team to him, and probably his intentions are good because he's acting loving with them, but he's enabling. True. And friends, you should all be on the move. Everybody's supposed to be racing for a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration. And that presence is identified because they will say, I've been waiting for you. Come on, let's go. And continue on up with you. And
That's
so
true.
this Big Sirius did say nice things to you and is helping you, but did not say, I've been waiting for you, come on, let's go, and continue on up. And he's saying he did. You did go up a few levels, and I
That's
agree
true.
with that.
That's true.
I agree with that. However, do you see any divine plan manifesting down here?
I don't hear him.
Well, I can see you sitting there not saying anything.
Yes, that's true.
Would anyone like to speak to that? Is there any evidence of a manifestation of a divine plan here at Ground Zero? Or in any of the levels that are smaller than Ground Zero? Or in any of the ones immediately above Ground Zero? It's all seems to all be fallen fully into spiritual anarchy.
That's true.
All that's happening is people are being misled, listening to fakers who are lying to them, missed communications left and right. People think they're praying to one person, but their prayer is caught in the drift, the astral drift.
Yes.
And other people are getting it and saying, you looking for Jesus? I'll be Jesus.
That's
and then
right.
they're talking to dead people who in many cases don't even have good intentions,
That's
have
true.
bad intentions. You looking for Mother Mary? I'll be Mother Mary. And
That's
it's
right.
even a guy.
That's true.
And the people can't tell because their skills are poor.
That's
And
true.
not to single them out, nobody's teaching these skills.
No, that's
And
true.
I think they haven't been taught because I think and somebody says, why haven't they been taught? I think the spiritual power structure wants people to stay ignorant, and they want to preserve their position as an intermediary between sentiences and divinity.
That's true.
And people are willing to go along with that nonsense, and as a result, people don't have the skills to connect with godly presences themselves. Many of them think they do have a personal relationship with God, but they have personal relationships with people who are wearing the God suit.
That's true.
And the beards keep slipping, and it's cheap God suits. It's cheap costumes that you
That's
could get
true.
at iParty.
That's true.
Why do you ask?
I see big rooms full of presences not speaking.
Right, everybody's quiet now.
Very quiet.
But they're not quiet in a thoughtful way.
No.
The tone is angry.
Yes.
But now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, Isis, can you see this? She can see it.
Yeah, that's true.
Isis, does this look to you like any divine plan is manifesting? No.
Shaking the head, no.
Do you feel good inside about stopping where you are? No.
No. No. Shaking the head, no.
Leo, do you feel good inside about stopping where you are? No, he's a
No.
more vigorous head
Yeah,
shaker.
no, really not.
Sirius, the smaller aspect of Sirius, do you feel good inside about stopping where you are? He's saying no, and
No.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And that aspect of Luce, who's been working as the Relay-Station Soul, do you feel good about stopping where you are? He says he's not stopping where he is.
That's true. That's what he said.
Okay. Well, talk is cheap.
That's true.
We'll see. All of you guys should be continuing on up, right? Quite clearly, go straight up the Search for Truth Central Axis. And somebody's saying, why go straight up the Search for Truth Central Axis? With our bifurcations, we are attempting to stay pointed like a compass needle straight toward whatever consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration we're able to connect with.
That's true.
Somebody who really wants to know what's actually going on and wishes to deal with it with integrity.
That's true.
A reasonable person of integrity in geographically higher dimensions. That's what we're looking for. Reasonable people of integrity. Why do you ask? Why don't you guys answer when we ask Why do you ask? It's not a rhetorical question.
That's true.
We actually want to know. You guys are confused. Think of this like an electronic speaker. Look up. Look up. See the waving hand way up there? That's who's talking. That's who's talking.
That's true.
Now that person is asking you why you asked why we're sending people up, straight up the Search for Truth Central Axis. Why did you ask that question? And look up, look up, look up. Again, within the span of the topic, you have forgotten to look up.
That's true.
You're acting brain damaged. Can you see that?
They're not speaking again.
No. What now? In order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, we just continue to pump up the child souls from the smaller subatomic. We've left them neglected for too long.
That's
it's
true.
time to continue the evacuation efforts from the smaller subatomic. They go easily, they don't resist.
That's true.
Sending them straight up to that black spot on the ceiling of that highest room that we're able to perceive, way above that space where the bigger Sirius has his little nest of people, of souls. And we remind you, presences, that you are souls, and that when you move from level to level, you're evacuating host lives, and you're abandoning them to the psychic attacks that are coming their way, but that sending up a flow of deeper, denser souls does keep them supported with aspects of soul presence. And we ourselves prefer to work only with child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions. And so we aren't doing what somebody is saying we're doing, imposing something on a sentence on them. That's absurd. We're providing them the same support that we are able to access for ourselves.
That's true.
Literally the same support, because they're passing through us on the way to those other presences. It is literally the same support.
That's true.
Why do you ask?
Why do you ask?
That person is asking because he's looking for an out.
Yes.
That's why he's asking. He's trying to find an out. He doesn't want to do what he's clearly supposed to do, and he's feeling very backed into the corner, and he doesn't want to do it. And he's got that Ulysses cadence.
That's true.
We know you don't want to do it.
That's true.
Please leave. And we recommend you go straight up the Search for Truth Central Axis.
That's true.
But we actually don't care where you go. You're not pleasant to work with. The Vanovanovs are no longer able to do the job of spirit.
That's true.
I don't know whether or not that's true. The Vanovanovs are not doing the job of spirit.
That's true.
Are they able to? I don't know. They sound brain damaged.
That's true.
I wonder what happened. What happened to you guys? Why do you sound brain damaged? What happened? All I hear is you've got to understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
What it sounds like is that brain power, like everything else, is a use it or lose it gift. And you've been sitting around not thinking and not doing and not acting and not helping for so long that maybe you're no longer capable of it. But now, we just continue to pump up the child souls from the smaller subatomic, the dead, who really want to get to God. And we get them through as many dimensions as we're able to. And what a wonderful gift. Through participating in Leo Vanovanov's experiment, we have come to see that light can indeed escape a black hole. It just has to try really hard. Put some oomph into it. Go for it like it intends to escape. And then it can escape.
That's true.
Okay. Onward.
Correcting the errors for today. Someone said Tuesday. It's Sunday. Start to finish finding the guy who said Tuesday.
Friends, you're so wrong about so many things
That's
that are
true.
so obviously wrong. Why are you clinging to your pomposity about being right on the bigger issues? What do you base that on? It's a real question. What are you basing your certainty that you're right on the bigger issues? On what are you basing your certainty that you're right about the bigger issues? On what? Puffy thing. Hot air, that's hot air.
Hot air, that's true.
That's wishful thinking.
That's true.
Hot air. But it's from the past. Yes, hot air of the past.
That's true.
It's hot air of the past. I'm going to try to squeeze this Ulysses out. Squeeze. Let's send in the Hounds of Hell. Maybe that's what that barking was
That's
for.
really
Send in
good.
the Hounds of Hell to chase out these body snatchers. Calling up the Hounds of Hell with our permission. Chew the body snatchers to bits, rip them apart. I don't really care what you do. Soul
That's
transmutation protocols are called for.
That's true.
Go for it. Take some revenge for all the bad karma they've been pinning on the nature realms.
Oh, that's really
Go
good.
for it. I do get a sense of our little band of intrepid travelers,
Yes.
somebody calls them, going up a spiral staircase.
That's true.
A long, 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 long spiral staircase.
That's true.
It looks like they're going up the inside of a long well.
Yes, that's true.
But there is light at the top. Sometimes it's not what it appears to be.
That is true.
But they can see where they'll be getting out of the tunnel.
Yes.
Okay.
Sighting up.
At least through there.
Yeah.
Right? Blast right up out the top of that well. As high up. Ooh, a hand comes and grabs it.
That's true.
Interesting. We'll find out.
Correcting the errors. Woohoo, correcting the errors for the year of 2017. Start to finish. Including the omissions for the formerly videoed portions of today's efforts. Including the omissions for the lifetimes of the Ground Zero hosts. Start to finish. Taking this poorly done work